Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of September, right through the end of October 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them regarding their career and money situation right now? What do they need to know regarding their endeavors? What should they be focusing on during this time? Well, your first card there is the Moon. So this is really about focusing on your dreams, your goals, taking a deeper dive to reflect on how you feel about your endeavors. This is also a time where there is going to be a little bit of a surprise in your career sector. Could be something going on behind the scenes. We will tap into that in a moment. But also I feel this is a very creative and productive month for you. Next coming weeks, I feel like you're putting a lot of ideas into practice. I see that you're going to be very productive. You're going to be completely on point when it comes to your goals, your strategy. My guides want me to go again, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? Because I'm being given an energy from that dog card that came out there that you never stop until you've completed something. So I feel, yeah, you're going to flourish at that. There is something here that has your interest. It's piqued your interest. It could be an idea, could be a new endeavor, maybe a startup in some way. Whatever it is, I feel like you are going to work quite hard, but also not obsessively, but we'll see on that energy in a moment. It just feels like you are going to be very persistent in the next coming weeks and months regarding a project. You see it through to the end. So whatever that is, I feel like you're going to be working very hard there. Some of you may even think about outsourcing work. So if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you're going to reach out to a company to help you in some area of your career. So for example, it could be that you outsource your accounts to an accountant. For some of you, it could be that you want a PA or someone who manages a diary or manages some sort of listing for you. If you work for a company, it could be that you actually get some sort of support or help, especially if you're going on a vacation, for example. It could be someone that you train to do your role. So we'll tap into that a little bit more in a moment. I definitely see that you're focused on your purpose path and you're making some radical changes in order to make your career sector run a little more smoother, okay? Now, some of you, I want to address people who've come to this reading and they're currently out of work. Some of you with that Moon card, you could be feeling a little bit anxious about the career sector. You're looking at your finances right now. You may be actually encouraged at this time to basically study something or upskill in some way. This will benefit you long term, but I feel there is an opportunity coming in. Something that maybe you have either just applied for or you're about to apply for, and you know, it's going to be yours. So if you are looking for a role, some of you have been looking for a role for quite some time and you're feeling a little bit disenchanted or disappointed, do not get discouraged, but I feel there is an opportunity coming in for you. And a lot of you, I feel like you have a lot of knowledge where you could actually go solo or doing something on your own. It could be a business venture that you're thinking about doing. I feel if you've got a new idea for something, go for it. I feel also you're being called to look at your unique skills, how you outshine other people. You're very talented, naturally very gifted. The Hermit tells me that you have almost like a tap to such a wealth of talent that other people don't have. You're an old soul, so I feel some of you have naturally been gifted with skills that perhaps some of you are not fully utilizing at this time, but you're going to tap into that a little bit more in the next coming weeks and months there. We've got the 7 of Coins. We've also got the Ace of Swords. And my guides are nudging me to go one more, so I will. Normally I wouldn't, but I'm being given the go-ahead to do that. We've also got the 5 of Swords. Now, the 5 of Swords can indicate you need to look at tension, okay? Sometimes, and I'm just going to address this now, sometimes tension is good, okay? Because it can indicate an area where we feel either it needs a little bit more attention or we need to change something. And you've got the Wheel of Fortune there, so I feel there could be a schedule change that you will look at in the next coming weeks and months. Could be that you're looking at time frames. Do you work better in the morning? If so, what can you utilize and use your skills for in the morning, and what can you sort of leave to the later afternoon if you are not as energetic in the afternoon? For some of you, it could be that you're literally going to change your hours at work if you work for a company, or it could be that if you're an entrepreneur, you're looking at the best times for you to work regarding the circumstances that you've got right now. Also, the 5 of Swords, this can indicate that whenever we feel something isn't working, it encourages us to change. Sometimes as humans in general, we wait for things to get quite critical, where, we think, oh, this is really not working. We've now got to really look at it and find a way to change it in some way. So I feel you're about to turn a page here. I feel like you're brainstorming new ideas on how to expand your business, how to gain more finances, but also I feel you're trying to create a very strict budget for yourself as well, so that you can save for whatever it is that you're trying to save for. And I feel like you're making some radical changes and they will benefit you. But ultimately, I feel if anything is a little bit like tense right now, or you feel you're doing something and you don't like doing it, there's always an aspect of a job or a career that perhaps we don't like doing. For example, filing or gathering all the receipts for tax time, for example. This can be something that either you think about outsourcing to a company or a person who does it and they are established at what they do, or it could be that you are going to find a more interesting way to approach it. So if, for example, there's something that you don't particularly like doing from your day-to-day tasks and responsibilities, because I see that you're going to be very busy this month, it could be that you find a really interesting computer program that helps you make it quicker. It could be an app. It could be something that just feels a little bit more exciting. So I feel you're trying to revamp the way that you work in order to keep things fresh. That's what I see. And let's get to your cards. We've got the Moon card as your starting position. So this can indicate, you being very cerebral at this time in your thoughts, deeply thinking about your goals, your sense of purpose, and being very creative, being in the flow. But also the Moon card, it's a time of change. So I feel like a lot of you, you're looking at where you're dissatisfied in your career, okay? That's the main energy I've got here. I also feel there could be somebody that you have encountered in your career, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you work for a company, who has mood swings, okay? Someone who you don't really know where you're at with this person. You may actually kind of have a bit of a breakthrough with this person. I feel sometimes there's going to be like tense moments where it's almost like this person is like not a yes person, right? They will always find the fly in the ointment. They're always going to be negative, or they always find a problem. If you're dealing with someone like that, I feel actually it's kind of bittersweet with this person, because you're always going to get the honest account of where you're at, or where the project is at, or whatever it is you're working on is at. But also, they're not just going to tell you, yes, it's great. This person is actually going to give you a compliment in the next 6 weeks, and they really mean it. And this person, I feel like they are high ranking, or they have a position of authority, or They're difficult to deal with is what I see, but they're actually going to give you a really incredible compliment. They are noticing your skill set or your talent, whatever it is that you bring to the table of your career. And I feel like they want to elevate you, or they want to offer you some sort of recognition to thrive or flourish in your career sector. And this person, they're going to almost like go behind the scenes to make sure that you are elevated. This person's high ranking is what I see, and they see potential in you to thrive and move up the ladder. So if you're working in a company, this person, I feel like it almost feels like they're part of the furniture. They've been in that company for quite some time, and I feel this person, they're going to go behind the scenes and make sure that there is an opportunity for you to step into, because they see your loyalty, but they also see your talent, and they want to utilize you and your skill sets because they see you as an asset to the company. If you're an entrepreneur, this could be someone who's in your industry who's kind of like noticing that you are a contender or a competitor, someone who really kind of like is a force to be reckoned with, and they want to almost like put the spotlight on your services or your goods or whatever it is that you do as someone who is like leading the market or leading a trend, because I feel this trendsetter energy, and they may actually write on your socials if you are social about your skill set, or point people in the direction to look at your social media or your marketing or promotional sort of stuff. I just feel like they're pointing people in the direction of your services, and I feel there's an energy here of more people being drawn to your talent. Also, when you got the moon energy, of course, this is about you being in the flow, but it's also about you looking at where you feel either that you're not fully utilized in your skill set, or you feel like you're drained, because I feel a lot of you're looking at how things drain your energy or what drains your finances. So you may be finding better deals elsewhere. You may be looking at service providers, for example. On a personal level, it could be like energy bills or services that you utilize in the home space that you feel like you could get a better deal on it or a discount. Some of you may actually go to the provider that you're with right now and say, look, the service is kind of okay, but it could be better. I know that, there is a competitor who's offering a better deal. I don't really want to go to that competitor because you've got the dog there, which represents loyalty. And it's like, can you offer me an incentive to stay at your service? So if, for example, you're with a certain internet provider, for example, and you're paying a lot of money for the services that you get, and you're kind of like okay with the services, you may see a competitor is offering something less. You may actually approach the provider you're with right now in the next 6 weeks and say, hey, I don't really want to leave your services. I don't really want to disconnect because I kind of like the services that you're offering. But right now, economically, everybody got to think about their finances, and a competitor is offering something for a lesser price. It's the same service, but at a lesser price, a discount. Can you offer me an incentive to stay? I feel like actually you're going to be given that incentive to stay. So you get a better deal. That's what I'm picking up on there. Let's move away from the energy because that was very precise. This card, it says here, intuition, dreams, emotions, fears, creativity, and also, of course, the unseen. So this is about you like squirreling away on a project. Some of you may be keeping an idea to yourself. Almost feels like you are working really hard behind the scenes on something. When you're successful, and I see a lot of success here, you're really flourishing in your career sector, people, they look at the success as if, you were lucky, but actually they don't see all the hard work that you do behind the scenes. And you're putting in like 2,000,000% effort into your career sector right now. And I feel that your dreams are going to become a reality. So whatever it is that you're working towards right now, I feel like, you are fully invested. But I also see this energy of you being really practical, applying for new opportunities as well. So some of you may be like on the down low, looking for new positions or new roles that can bring in new finances at this time. Some of you may literally be moonlighting. So you may be doing something that you do right now, a steady like day-to-day job, and on the side you may be doing something else right now. Again, I feel like you're doing what is right for you, and I would be just a little bit mindful about who you tell what you're doing to, because there is a potential there if like promotions become available in the next coming weeks and months. I mean, there is an opportunity coming your way. I'm not sure if it's a promotion, so I'll have to tap into that. But I feel it could be something that people compete for, and if you tell the wrong person that you're doing something else behind the scenes, they may use it as leverage against you so that they are more in favor for the role. Remember, knowledge is power, and I feel you're acutely aware of that. So I feel whatever it is you're working on behind the scenes, keep it to yourself at this time. Now, the moon card, of course, some of you may even be thinking about night jobs, or you're working extra hours in the next coming weeks and months, but I actually feel that it's something that you enjoy. It doesn't have to be something that you're doing, like, say, for example, you've got a day job. I'm trying to give you the energy that I'm being given. If you've got a day job, right, and then when you go home, you could be working on something else. It could be something personal. It could be that you're thinking of launching a business. You've got an Ace of Swords here, new ideas, a startup. I feel there's a real breakthrough in your career. So if you're actually thinking about, you know, either launching a new endeavor, and it's something that you're going solo on because you do have that hermit energy, you're destined to lead. You're a natural born leader. So if you're thinking about starting up an entrepreneurial ship, I feel like you may be working behind the scenes and you're going to be very busy this month, but actually it feels like you're invested, you're making progress. It just feels like something you're passionate about, you're going to really thrive in. And I feel you're going to be really proud of yourself. There's an extra bit of luck as well. So for example, if you're writing a book, suddenly you may find that you meet a new person who's a publisher. It could be that you actually find out some information that helps you publish your, you know, endeavor. It could also be that if, for example, you're going for an interview, you impress the person that you're interviewing for and you get the role, but actually there is some sort of extra bonus on top. So it could be that they see how great you are in the role that they're offering you, but they see that you're capable of more. So they may actually offer you a sudden incentive to get more money, but also to rise up a rank. So for example, if you are, you know, interviewing for the assistant role of something, suddenly you're offered the actual role, like a managerial role, for example. You're no longer going to be the assistant. I feel there's this energy of making progress quite quickly, especially if you're interviewing for something in the next coming weeks and months, especially since we have the Page of Coins there. This can be a card of applying for something. So I feel that a lot of you may be like just keeping your eyes peeled in the job market right now to see if there are alternative opportunities that would best suit not just your skill set, but also your financial intentions, like it's what you want to earn, right? Now also with the Page of Pentacles, some of you are reinvesting in yourself, so you may book a course of learning over the next coming weeks and months, maybe something that you're doing of an evening, because I'm really getting this energy of still like continuing work in the evening. I mean, if you're a parent, you're always working in the evening as well, so it can be that you're investing time with your children, and although that's not work, you know, sometimes it feels like your work is never done. That's the energy that I'm getting right now in your reading for the next coming weeks and months. So whether you've got children or not, it just feels like, yes, you're going to be very busy, very productive, and it feels like your work is never done. However, you're just going to really love what you do, and there are some really exciting moments, especially at the end of October for you, where there are some nice surprises. It feels like some sort of opportunity or a deal going on behind the scenes here for you that is more in alignment with your life's purpose path. It suddenly arises. It's almost like you think it to life, because you have the Moon card, which is about vision. It's about what you see for your creative future or your career, and then suddenly it's matched by the universe. So if you're like going, I can see myself in that managerial role and I'm going to earn a lot more money, then suddenly an opportunity will arise where you can have that. If you're an entrepreneur and you're like, you know what, I really would love a new client who comes in and it's very lucrative, suddenly a new person will appear because you are strongly connected to the law of attraction with that moon energy. This is about your dreams becoming a reality, but also you're really invested in this. So this card, you know, I feel like you're being realistic with your efforts. And I feel with the Page of Pentacles there, some of you, it feels like you may be cultivating good financial habits in order to save a little bit more. But also I feel some of you, there's this energy of newness. So it could be that there's a new project that you uptake in the next coming weeks and months. I feel like you're not going to stop until you finish it, complete it. You're going to feel really proud of yourself. You're going to be very busy, don't get me wrong, very productive. But also some of you, it could be that you are branching out into the same industry, but it feels like you're starting anew in some area. So if you're leaving a role behind, because some of you are deciding to go solo or you're deciding to leave something behind, it feels like you're starting from scratch, but actually you're starting from experience because you got the Hermit energy right there. You're someone who is established at what you do. You're naturally instinctive. But with the Hermit energy, some of you may feel like withdrawing in order to focus on a project over the next coming weeks and months that are going to bring you new money, because pages, they tend to be new. So it can be that, you know, a new idea sets the ball in motion for new money to come towards you, whether you're launching a business or whether you are implementing some idea at a company that you work for and people are noticing it, and then they are tapping you for either a bonus or a raise because they see that you really are an asset with your team. Okay, so also this Page of Coins, I'm really getting an energy here of like fresh new ideas, fresh new energy, and investing everything you have to offer your career. I feel like you're giving it all that you've got. I also feel that, you know, you are being very diligent. This is a month of perseverance. I feel like, you know, it's business as usual for a lot of you is what I see there, but you may be having lots of new ideas of how to keep things fresh this month, staying on top of paperwork, emails, phone calls, and basically looking at how you can bring in more wealth in order to keep you financially stable, because that Page of Pentacles, it tells me that you have money on your mind right now, and I feel that you are trying to work really hard towards keeping things consistent so that you can remain in the position that you're in, but also thrive and flourish in your career and take things to the next level. Now we've also got that Hermit energy, so again, it means you're very knowledgeable, but it can also indicate that, you know, some of you feel a little bit isolated in your work right now. You may feel that, you know, you're working really hard towards something and you're just keeping your head down right now and you don't want any distractions. But at the same time, you may feel there's lots of cliques in your industry, especially if you work for a company, and you may be feeling just a little bit like a lone wolf on the outside looking in. This will actually benefit you in the long term. It may not feel like it right now, but I feel like you're being noticed for your skill set. You really are a force to be reckoned with, and I see there is some sort of opportunity for you to rise and thrive because you're not engaging in all this gossip, or you're not engaging in wasting your time. Because I feel like you're the sort of person, when you've got a job to do, you get invested in doing it. You're not coasting, you're not procrastinating, you're not wasting your time, you're fully committed to it. And this is going to be noticed, okay? Even if you're an entrepreneur, I feel like you are really trying hard to keep on top of your time so that you don't waste it or procrastinate, because I feel like you're implementing lots of new ideas. Even though it's hard, I feel like you are fully invested, and I feel like you are sustaining your effort on everything that you're doing right now. Also with the Hermit, I mean, this can indicate as well, some of you feel like you kind of just blend in with the furniture right now, but I feel actually you are going to be noticed for what you do, and I feel you're very established at what you do, you are very knowledgeable, and you're very wise. People may actually come to you in the next coming weeks to actually ask you advice on the role. Some of you may actually be training someone as well, is what I see there too. So it feels very much like you're going to be very busy, especially if you're training someone. It can be that you're doing the role yourself, but also training someone on the side. It can feel a little bit frustrating, but I feel it will be rewarding long term, because whenever you want to take a vacation or take a break, this person, they will step into your role, and I feel like they'll do a pretty good job at it. Not as good as you, but I feel like, you know, you can be safe in the knowledge that when you go away, this person will stay on top of things to like a satisfactory degree there too. Now, with the Hermit energy, some of you may be thinking that you've been in a role for a long time or for a certain amount of time where you feel like you want a fresh new start. Okay, you may feel like same old thing, just a different day, and you're in a routine or repetitive cycle, and you're trying to think of new ways to keep things fresh in your role right now, or in your career. So you may be implementing lots of new ideas, investing in different ways so that things remain exciting, because sometimes we can get a little bit bored or a little bit like dissatisfied. You've got a 7 of Pentacles here, so you're looking at things that you feel are not developing in the time frame that you're hoping for, and you're trying to restructure so that you can utilize your time fully, but also increase your opportunity to staircase in your career as well as your finances, and not waste your time. It doesn't feel like you're taking the easy route. It feels like you're taking a tried and tested route within a certain structure, but at the same time, you're putting your own unique spin on it. I feel like you're being called right now to look at your uniqueness, to see how you actually stand apart, because the Hermit is to stand out rather than blend in. It is to stand alone. It is to be someone who is very established, very knowledgeable, someone who, when everybody else falls away or cannot do something, you're the one still standing, doing all the work, or investing in, the job at hand, and you keep going until it's done. So I feel that really works in your favor. Now we also have the House card. This can indicate a lot of you are, I'm getting 2 energies here. One is if you work from home, some of you may be feeling that you want to get out and meet like-minded individuals in your industry. So you may actually go out and network, and this could be you renting a premises. You may think about renting some sort of office at this time in order to make sure that you stick to a structure, or you come outside of your usual parameters to work. I'm just getting an energy here of not wanting distractions. So some of you may feel that the home space is a distraction and you want to work outside the home. Some of you, if you are in like a rented premises, if you're an entrepreneur, for example, you may feel there's a lot of distraction there, and you may want to do the opposite, because I'm getting the mirror flip. Whenever I get that, it can be that, some of you are wanting to just work without distraction at this time. So wherever you are, it feels like a distraction, and you want to remove yourself to work on a project or something that's really important or maybe time sensitive. And I feel like you're going to be right on target. You're going to make sure that you get a peaceful environment to work in. Also, I see a lot of you having ideas on how to make money from home. So it could be that you are launching a business online, or you're launching, because we've got the Ace of Swords there, which is online energy. I feel it'd be very lucrative for you. It may be slow to start, but don't be discouraged by that. I definitely see it's going to pick up, and you're going to have like a sudden glow up, sudden like sporadic kind of interest going on in your career. So if you're on social media, for example, or you're putting your services or goods online, suddenly they will gain traction. It's like out of the blue, I get this energy of an opportunity or success. Even if you work for a company, I feel like there is some sudden good news that happens for you at the end of October in particular. And it opens you up to having to make a decision. But either decision that you make, it will flourish. And there's a lot of success here. Now, we do have this card, which is all about the home space, the family unit, structure, comfort, stability, familiarity, and, privacy, safe, feeling secure in your working practices. Some of you may feel the job market is a little bit volatile right now. You may feel a little bit anxious about how oversaturated things are, and you may feel there are some things going on behind the scenes in your industry. I definitely see things are changing. These could be rules, regulations, policies that you'll have to adhere to and be flexible with. But I feel that looking at your outcome energy, you're someone who is loyal and dedicated to your practices. I feel like you don't have anything to worry about there. I feel like there's an energy of good luck about you at this time. And I feel, if anything, you're thinking about walking away from something that hasn't been working, whether it's an idea or, an environment. I feel like behind the scenes, you're working on expanding on your opportunities, thriving and flourishing, and that's exactly what you're going to do. Now, also, some of you may be thinking about working with the family. You maybe have a family business there with the Judgment card and the Seven of Coins in the resistance position, because these cards are in the resistance position at first. It can indicate that you may be working with one person who is not investing in the same way you are, because I feel like you're giving it your all. I feel this person, they will have an about turn, but you may need to be a little bit patient with this person at first. Maybe I feel this is about you taking control and delegating, you know, keeping that person kind of like interested by saying, hey, take on this project or that project. And this is if you work in a family sort of environment, or if you are someone who is a manager, because I really get an energy of you trying to encourage people or encourage the people that you work with, or they work for you. I feel like you're encouraging them to pick up new projects to keep things fresh and moving forward. So I see a lot of you like rallying the troops this month as well. Now, of course, this card, it indicates that a lot of you are just keeping your eye on finances in the home space, making sure that you're saving for your bills, your finances, for savings in general as well. And I feel like you're going to remain on top of that as well, because anything that's in the resistance position, it will go into the upright. So I feel you remain on top of your bills. I feel also with the Judgment card and the Seven of Coins, I mean, I am getting an energy here of, how can I put that? It just feels like some of you are trying to release money blocks, okay? I get an energy that some of you may, because I'm seeing a book right now, some of you may read a book about money blocks or be looking into money blocks. And this book or whatever it is that comes your way, even if you don't search for it, for example, if you open your social media and suddenly there's like a reel that says, read this book, it helps you with money blocks, you're like, oh, I was meant to find that, read it, it's going to really help you. That's coming through on a personal level there. But the house energy, it will go into the upright, which means that you are secure. I definitely see some of you may actually work from home in the month of October. You may not have expected to, but there may be some sort of restructure or some sort of distraction that is going on in your working environment. If you work in a company, for example, with other people, it could be that there's some sort of, you know, building work going on that's super loud, or it could be that they're going to be, you know, changing the offices around or doing some sort of restructure. It just feels like it could be a disruption or distraction. So you may be called to work at home for a couple of days whilst everything gets reorganized. Also, I feel some of you, and this is not going to resonate with all of you, but I'm just being given energy of changing passwords in the month of October. Some of you may be called to do that, or you may be actually given like a test if you work for a company regarding like privacy or phishing emails or suspicious links. I would say if you get anything sent to your business or company, even if you're an entrepreneur and it looks suspicious with a link in it, do not click on it, because I feel like it's attached to something that would impede your working process, for example. So you may have to get IT to sort it out, or you may be called out for clicking on it. But you know, you're a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio too, so I can't imagine you ever would. You're the sort of person that if an email comes through and you're like, who's that? I don't trust that. Straight away, you wouldn't trust it anyway. So I feel you've got this, but it is a message that's coming through. So if it looks official and you weren't expecting something, double check it. Maybe go to an official source rather than the email that comes through, because I feel, you know, it could be a little bit dodgy there. Okay. Now we've got the Judgment card. So this is about you weighing up your options. It's also you remaining on target with your life's purpose. And I feel some of you are looking at real estate, okay? Some of you may be looking at going into real estate, maybe renting out property as well. There's a strong indication there. Maybe it's an industry that you work in already, and you're looking at how it's changing and how you can be adaptable to those changes, and you're looking at whether it's worthwhile. Because I'm getting an energy here with the Seven of Pentacles. Something's changed within the rental market or the real estate market, and it feels unsatisfactory. So, I mean, I don't know anything about that, but it could be that you know, you work in that industry already and there are some rules or regulations or policies changing and you're feeling that it's not benefiting you. I feel actually that you will implement new ways of being flexible with this practice, and I feel that you're going to make it work for you is what I see there. You almost like find a breakthrough moment where you're like, okay, so now I have to do this, which is annoying. However, if I do it in a different way, actually it works better than it did before. So I feel you find a way to be really flexible and it just works better. This doesn't have to just be in the real estate industry. It could be in whatever it is that you do. I just feel like you find a better way in the next coming weeks or months. Now, this card also, it indicates a lot of you understand what you need to do this month. You're really like busy. It's business as usual. I feel like you're remaining on top of things. But some of you may have like a wake-up call, like an epiphany, a sudden realization about something that will benefit you long term. And I feel like you will hunt down lots of information in order to help you implement this. So whether it's a new idea or you're launching something, I feel like you're in investigation mode on something, and it's almost like you gather all the information before you make your final decision, and then I feel you're going to be really proud of yourself because whatever it is, it just feels very beneficial and it feels very rewarding at the end of it, if that makes sense. Now, this card, it basically means that you are focused on your life purpose, but you're at a self-evaluation period where you're kind of like reaching for something new in your career. So it can be that you're reaching for a new role or new information or new knowledge. And I feel this is something that you will learn in the next coming weeks or months, or you'll put yourself on a course of learning to help you reach that next milestone on your career path. So for example, you're already established at what you do. If you want to move into the next pay grade, for example, it could be that you're upskilling in some way. You're strategizing so that you can reach the next level. A new title, I feel, is available to you as well. So a lot of your energy is new. So I see some of you maybe looking at where there is a glass ceiling where you're at right now and feeling like it's really hard to move through the ranks. So that's why I feel some of you are looking elsewhere or keeping your eye on the job market to see if there is an alternative opportunity out there for you to staircase and thrive and flourish in your career sector. But I feel just as you're about to leave where you're at, there could be something suddenly that pops up where you are at. And now you have to make a decision. Should you stay? Should you go? I feel the numbers financially will tell you which one you want to do. Ultimately, I feel your protagonist energy is you've got a goal, you've got a dream, and you want to keep it fresh. You want something new. You want something more adventurous. And I feel that a lot of you may be thinking about, could you do both, or could you set up on your own and, you know, almost like launch something on the side, but also keep where you're at right now as well. So I feel like you have a lot of decisions to make in the month of October. Now, Seven of Pentacles, you know, it is in the reverse position at first. There's an energy here of workaholism. Just watch out for that, okay? Because I feel like you're going to burn yourself out. I feel a lot of you are exhausted already, but this card, it will go into the upright, which means, you know, you're working really hard, you're being very diligent, you're staying true to your course, okay? You're on top of everything, and you will see progress. You will see success. You will see a payoff. You know, this card, it indicates that sometimes we feel a bit dissatisfied, that, you know, we want the security, we want the finances, we want everything now, right? But I feel like you're in it for the long game. What I see here is, you know, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon for you right now. And I feel like you're staying on course and you're going to be so successful. And you're establishing your reputation as being someone who is a force to be reckoned with. And there is a payoff here. So I feel this card indicates that you will see evidence of some sort of financial abundance for your commitment over the next 6 weeks or so. You know, Seven of Pentacles, it can indicate things are going well, you have enough, but I feel things are going to develop in unexpected ways where you will have a little bit more than you expected. Whether that's another opportunity or an incentive to stay, there could be an increase in your finances, a raise here is coming through. I feel, you know, in terms of your finances, you start with a lot, and then of course you're paying bills, etc., etc. I feel with that Seven of Pentacles, you're actually able to save a little bit of money this month as well. And some of you could be saving for a large purchase like a property, or you want to make a move. Some of you may be thinking about renting a new place or purchasing. I definitely just see that you're focusing on your goals right now, staying true to your course, and you're not kind of... It's really interesting because I'm getting two energies. It feels like you're not straying from the course. You've got your mind locked on to something you want to accomplish, but it's like, oh, I could also do this wonderful idea over here as well. And rather than having your attention go, oh, and look at this, it feels like you're still very locked on to something that you want to do, but this is a welcome addition, whatever this is. So whether it's an idea or you're launching something new, I just feel like you're going to get the best of both worlds, whatever that means for you. It may mean nothing for everybody, it may not resonate with everyone, but that's the energy that I've got, so I have to honor it. Now, we do have the dog, and this is your outcome energy. And it says here, you know, friend, trusty companion, dependable, supportive, protection, loyal, and also soulmate. I mean, some of you, I'm not seeing any love energy here. So I feel right now you're committed to your goals, your dreams, and you're staying on course for your targets. But I feel like you could have a strong ally in your working environment. I've already mentioned that there's someone here who wants to elevate you, but I also feel that even though you have people that, you know, you get on really well with in your working environment, I feel there's something that sets you apart from other people. They see that you're talented, you're gifted, and you're taking things to the top. And although they are supportive, when it comes to the crunch, everybody is for themselves, okay? So I feel keeping your ideas to yourself at this time really worthwhile. Also, I feel this is about you remaining diligent and loyal to your career path and keeping your eye on the prize. But remember, you know, a dog has a very acute sense of smell. So it could be that, you know, you are about to either sniff out a new opportunity or you're about to discover something about your career that is going to be very rewarding and beneficial. Also, I feel this is about you putting savings away, because I'm actually seeing a dog in the water right now because I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading, burying like a bone, okay, but it feels like you're burying like some finances. So it could be that you're keeping like a little secret stash of finances for yourself, just because, you know, you want to secure your future. I definitely see that you're on track to do that as well. But I mean, there's butterflies there, and there is a transformational energy. So it feels like, you know, you are on target to thrive and flourish, and you're committed to making your dreams become a reality, but also your financial goals, you're totally on top of that too. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you may be thinking about adopting a pet over the next coming months, and you're just looking at your finances right now to see if that's feasible. The universe is going to match you with the right pet for you. I feel almost like the pet may adopt you. And when you meet this pet, I feel like they will just literally make a beeline for you. They're going to be straight towards you and giving you a lot of love and affection because they can see a good heart. And I feel like, you know, obviously do your math. I feel like you're able to meet the challenge of caring for a pet there too. So this could be something that you're trying to factor in right now. Now, we have your final overarching energy card as the bouquet, which means that you are flourishing in your career. You're really blossoming with your skill set. And of course, you're going where you feel happy, where you feel that you make the best impact in your career. Sunflowers, they tend to follow the sun throughout the whole of the day. This means that you're going where you feel passionate, where you feel appreciated. And I feel also this is about you being happy in your role. And I feel a lot of you are implementing investigative skills this month. You're a natural investigator, right? So it could be that you're hunting down receipts, or you are looking at your numbers. Some of you could be like investigating new opportunities, searching things out, because if you think about the dog, it's like searching for new stuff. And I feel like you're going to come up trumps. I feel like you're going to be really rewarded here. And I feel there's an energy of you stepping into the spotlight and being appreciated for your diligence, your hard work. And I feel like you go above and beyond for your career, not just for the company that you work for, but for yourself, because it's all about your reputation and how you are that force to be reckoned with, and you're taking things to the top. Even if you're an entrepreneur, this is about you and the people who utilize your facilities or your services or your goods, and you being someone who has a great reputation, and your work speaks for itself. So there is some sort of recognition coming on in here. Also, I see an invitation to either network or you being invited to a place where you get into the inner circle, or you get to meet people who will help you with your career sector. This could be like connected to your industry. Doesn't have to be. It could be that you're invited to like a friend's barbecue, for example, and at that barbecue you meet someone who is in your industry and is really interested in what you do, and there could be some sort of partnership forming there too. But I feel like you're going to get a lot of attention for your career or your work, maybe a project or whatever it is that you do this month, and I feel you will be rewarded for it. Now, we do have the Wheel of Fortune, so this means it's a surprise for you. I feel like you're just like business as usual, then suddenly there is communication that comes out of the blue, and it highlights that you're on target for either a promotion or some sort of new role. Could be an incentive as well, a raise in your finances, but it feels like a lucky period. Some of you are literally thinking about launching an idea, and I would say the end of October is a brilliant time for you, but intuitively you will know when the right moment is for you. The Wheel of Fortune can be like suddenly there is a turn of events where things are going in your favor, prosperity is coming towards you, but also because you have a lot of pentacles here as well, you're acutely aware that money can be easy come, easy go. So you're creating a financial strategy to be on top of your finances and making sure that you secure your finances for the future or for a large purchase that you are looking at currently making. Now, also, this card can indicate that you are taking a risk or a gamble on something. This could be a new idea. You're taking a punt on a new idea and think, you know what, I'm not sure if it's going to work, but let's just go for it and see. And it's going to change your future. It's actually going to be very prosperous for you, and I feel things are going to work in your favor. But also, I feel with this Ace of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, these two cards combined indicate a sudden breakthrough on something that perhaps has been difficult, or a sudden realization of how far you've come, how much progress you've made. This can also indicate that there's going to be some really quick results, like suddenly you're offered a promotion, suddenly there's new money coming in, suddenly you are doing something new. Maybe launching that new idea. Whatever it is, it's a real breakthrough. And also, this is about you taking accountability for your time and, utilizing your skill set and not wasting your gifts or your ability. The Ace of Swords is literally achievement. So it can be that, you complete your projects and then you're on to the next and you feel really proud of yourself. You're in the flow of doing. You're very committed this coming month ahead. But also, I see pay close attention to any left field ideas. Be intrigued by them, because the more unique they are and they're more like connected to you and your ambitions, then you will stand apart from, the rest of your industry. Because of course, why choose a path where everyone is the same? You're born to stand out. You're born to shine. And this may even be a slogan or a quote, because I'm seeing quote marks in the water right now. Now, there's nothing in between the quote marks, okay? I'm just seeing the marks in the water, so it can be that either that's like a quote you're going to see, well, I can't remember what I said now, because when I'm channeling, I'm just like giving you the information that's coming towards me. It's like you choose to shine. You were born to stand out. It could be something like that you see that on a slogan or in a reel, or it's not me saying it for you right now. That's not just a sign. You're going to see it after this reading. And this is an indication to promote your work or to stand out from the crowd, or there's an opportunity coming towards you that is going to make you stand out from the crowd and you're destined for success. I mean, if you are like a performer, for example, an actor, an artist, someone who's creative, these two cards can be like a sudden breakthrough. Like suddenly you're like famous. Suddenly You know, after all your hard work, people see you as someone who has like come from nowhere. You're an overnight success, but actually you know how much hard work and how many hours burning the candle way into the night that you've worked for this success. So I feel now is your time to reap the rewards of that. And on a more local energy, it doesn't have to always be about fame and success. It can be that, you know, the right people are noticing you and you're rising through the ranks in your career. So I feel, you know, at the end of the month with that Five of Swords there, I feel when you're doing something new, suddenly it can feel a little bit like tense. You know, you're having new information, especially if you join a new role, for example. It can feel overwhelming. You're like, oh gosh, it's new people, new practices, new computer programs. I can't remember where the cafe is down the hall. You know, it can be so like overwhelming and disorientating that sometimes we have to give it time. You know, I remember many years ago, I joined a company and it was like so fast-paced. It was a mile a minute. I had to get on it straight away, which of course I did, but you know, I didn't know people's names. People expected you to know their name, expected you to know what they did. Everything was like expected of you. And I feel a lot of that energy right now. It's like they're expecting you to bring your A game, especially if you're moving into a new role or a new sector or having new information. Suddenly it's like, okay, it feels a bit overwhelming. There's a lot of tension there, but don't give up because, you know, suddenly it will feel like you're part of the furniture. Suddenly you start to go, you know what, I've got this. I've got a handle on this. So if you are moving into a new role, you know, it can feel like, oh, I can't do this. I'm walking away. But if you give it just a little bit more time, you'll see that actually you're really great at what you do and you're managing things perfectly. Give yourself a break, okay? Now, I'm going to pull a card on this Five of Swords because this can be like, there's so many ideas running through your mind that you really need to focus on one, okay? One at a time. And, you know, don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel like you have to do everything in one day, okay? Give yourself the time to organize, compartmentalize, because I feel like you're going to be super busy over the next coming weeks and months there. So I just want to check what that Five of Swords is there for you, because it can indicate that if you share your ideas with somebody, there is a potential that they may try to steal them. So just watch out for that. I would copyright any ideas, patent any inventions, for example, or just keep it to yourself at this time. Also, with that Five of Swords, it can indicate that there is someone who is going to try and push your buttons, okay? But I feel the way that you clearly and calmly talk to this person, it shows them that you are not to be messed with. You're being very professional, but at the same time, you're saying, I value who I am, I value my skill set, and you're not going to rile me because I'm really confident in my skill set. So I feel you could be dealing with someone who tries to push your buttons or a difficult person who just wants to win at all cost. But also I feel the level of success that you are reaching, I'm being given a message right now by my guides. It's like, is it worth the cost? You know, for some of you, it's going to be that you're going to be working extra hours or working really hard. You may not be able to spend as much time with your family or your friends as you'd like, but is it for a short period of time? And then you're going to be able to balance things out a little bit. I feel like you have a lot to decide over the next coming weeks and months there as well. We've got the Queen of Wands and we've got the Five of Pentacles. Now, Five of Swords with that Queen of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, this can indicate that right now that you are attracting lots of opportunities. I feel, you know, there's an energy here of you being magnetic and following your passions, basically, and that you will meet people who are in alignment with your career goals and your financial goals who will help you rise. But with that Five of Pentacles in tow, it can indicate have confidence in yourself. Don't think about the things that you lack on your resume or your CV. Think about what you bring to the table, what makes you unique, because, you know, that will knock your own confidence before you've even gotten into the room. So I feel that's an important message right there. Also, Five of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands can also say watch your spending, especially if there's emotional spending there as well. I feel like you're looking at things that you purchase and think, you know what, do I need this? Or if you do need it, of course, you're looking for discounts. I feel like you're being on top of things to find things at a better deal. And I would say with that Five of Pentacles that things may have been tough, especially if you're worried about finances, the prices of everything going up there. I feel like you're actually going to creatively turn your finances around, and something that you've been asking for, praying for, it is going to be delivered. I feel the universe is listening to your prayers right now. And another indication, we've got another sunflower. I feel sunflowers are going to be very important for you. Look out for them as a sign to indicate that you're following your passions, you're following your heart, and you're going to be very happy in your career, but also you're going to be financially very secure in the role that you choose to do, and you're going to elevate. There's a period here of thriving and blossoming, making progress, temporary. Yeah, you may have many jobs. So I just pick up this idea kind of energy of you having many ideas, and then, you know, needing to focus or compartmentalize your time a little bit more. So not a butterfly there for you. Now we have braving storms. Okay, now I don't see any storm energy in your reading, but there can be some changes going on behind the scenes in your industry, which could cause, you know, temporary challenges. It says here, no matter what happens, you will emerge with grace, changing direction. That Page of Pentacles as your starting card, a lot of you are thinking about changing direction or, you know, migrating your skills into a different area so that you can have the best of both worlds. That's the energy that I was being given there as well. I mean, ships tend to represent progress, the journey, focusing on your purpose path. And we've also got temporary there, okay? And it says here, you may have many jobs before finding one you love. This can also apply if you have been going for interviews. There may be a couple of applications you go for that don't go in your favor. Remember, that is always a silver lining, because it means the universe is protecting you from opportunities that really will not work out for your best interests later on. What is right for you will never pass you by. If you are getting a rejection in some area, it means the universe is guiding you towards something greater for you, something that's more in alignment with your skill set. Some of you may even think about, as I said, moonlighting or taking temporary positions briefly over the next coming weeks and months. And it may even be something that you will think about doing long term. And we've also got making progress, okay? And it says here, success is a journey and you are well on your way. I think I said, you know, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon for you right now. You're invested and you will see the rewards of it. Have faith as you go. I definitely see some great things coming your way, but you worked really hard for this. So now you can be really proud of yourself that you are leveling up, and I feel there's a lot more reward to come towards you. I would also say manage your stress levels or keep an eye on tension headaches, and especially the tension that's in your neck area. That's what I'm being given. Make sure, because there's something about sitting in the right seat. Some of you may be having some sort of assessment regarding an ergonomic chair, for example, or the way that you, especially if you use a laptop, you hunch over and use a computer. I feel some of you may be looking at that and trying to address that, you know, not spending so much time in front of a screen, things like that. I just feel like a lot of you are looking at managing stress levels and healthy working practices, having a healthy cutoff point there too. Now, we do have the arrow, which means you're literally going to be right on target. Mars energy is going to be really helping you to be passionate, to move forward, to thrive, and to be inspired. So I feel like, yes, you're going to be very goal-oriented and you're going to reach your goals. We've also got a wonderful rune there. This is the year rune, and this is all about harvest time. It's about payoffs. It's about all your hard work really flourishing, and it can be a time of looking at your commitments. This is a card of commitment, peace, working smoothly, but also of promotions, opportunities to increase your wealth there. And finally, we have the birch rune. This is about becoming. So starting new endeavors is really going to work in your favor. Even if it's an idea to write something down, create a course online, or some of you launch a business. It could also be that you're moving into a different sector, or even just learning new skills in your current position that will really help you thrive and be great at what you do. I definitely see your reputation is increasing there as well, and your finances are not too far behind. I feel there is an increase coming for you, but right now I feel like you are looking at money blocks, removing them and having healthy strategies financially in order to save for your future and for your pensions and things like that. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell. It lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.